Sagittarius, welcome to the Tarot Room. My name is Robyn. Sag, today let's do a what's next. Let's see what's next. Let's see what's in store. Let's see what's coming towards you. Maybe you're expecting it. Maybe you're not expecting it. Let's talk about the Sagittarius collective, see what's going on. Well, Sag, we got ourselves a never-ending story. This is going through the same thing, going through a loop, going through a cycle, going through an archetype. We're just dealing with the same person over and over doing something they don't like them to do. Well, you don't like them to do. Let's talk about it. Let's see what this is. Let's see if you're escaping this never-ending story. Spirit, what's this energy around Sag? What's next? What's coming towards them? What are they not expecting? Or maybe they are expecting? Well, okay, we have the Page of Cups here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We got ourselves the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. What else we have here for Sag? And Sag, for those of you who are interested, I am open for personal readings. If you'd like one, the link is in the description box below. We got the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have a little bit of a reactive energy. The Knight of Wands in reverse can be very reactive, and there's a Nine of Wands here. Okay. All right, let's see what that is. We do have Aries, Leo, Sag energy on the table. There's a Six of Wands and the Page of Swords. We have a little conversation here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. What's that? Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. We have a little bit of destiny. Maybe luck is put in your favor. Maybe you're getting out of this never-ending story. Let's see. We start this with the Page of Cups. So what is the Page of Cups? Let's start this with the Knight of Pentacles. Whoa. This card flew out. What is... Oh dear. Okay. Three of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles. With the Seven of Wands, 77. There's the Page of Wands. We do have some petty energy here. So 3 pages can represent a lot of messages, a lot of mud being flown, a lot of immaturity, a lot of pettiness. And there's a Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So there's guarded energy here, Sag. Something that I'm trying to, the Death and the Page of Pentacles. All 4 pages come out. I don't even know what that means, baby. That does not happen very often. There's a lot of, you're walking away from a lack of appreciation. So the Page of Cups is here. And immediately when I saw her kind of with her hands on her chest, see how she's like, moi? And me? Are you doing this to me? You think I'm going to put up with this, motherfucker? So there's an energy here where you don't like how someone's treating you and you're taking action here, Sag. Either it's an archetype. What are they doing? What's this person doing? What is this kind of, what are they doing? Let's understand that a little bit more. Because with the Four of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like you're done. You're not dealing with it anymore. Enough is enough. You're making the best decision for yourself. I mean, it could be with regards to a partner, a relationship. There's a lack of appreciation here. Definitely a lack of appreciation here. So some of you, it could be a partnership, a relationship with the Lovers here. Some of you, it could be just you're making the best decision for yourself here. The fact is, what's coming towards you is you don't like how someone's treating you. You don't like what they're going to say. You don't like how they're treating you. And you're taking action. You're not just letting it happen. You're setting some boundaries here. Let's see what the Knight of Swords, excuse me. Rephrase. Knight of Wands in reverse is. What's the Knight of Wands in reverse for Sag? Because that's a very reactive energy. The Hermit. Oh, look at the Moon. Okay. And there's the Nine of Swords. Here's the thing. And there's the Three of Cups. And there's the Knight of Cups. So you're not going to react to this. You're going to keep a lot to yourself here. We got the Moon. We got the Hermit. So it's this type of energy where, all right, you're going to treat me like that. Have a great day. You walk into a store and the store clerk is rude, ignorant, condescending. All right, I'll just leave your store. I'm not going to give you my business. There's an element here of learning that reactive energy hurts you. So you're not going to react. You're not going to say anything. Maybe you got a frenemy or a coworker or someone who just likes to get under your skin and you're not letting it get under your skin. You're just taking action and moving in a different direction. You got your walls up the size of Hong Kong, right? Great Wall of China here. But you're not, it has to do with this Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords. You walking away. It's about time you walked. Look, there's a history with this person. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, a feminine energy here, Sag. It could be a mother figure or you're a mother. Father if you're a dude or you're dealing with a dude here. But there's an element here of it's time that you stop letting this person or this archetype bother you, right? And we're going to get triggered. We're going to get bothered until we kind of learn how to properly deal with it or learn the lesson that archetype is meant to teach us. And that's what I see here, Sag. Lesson motherfucking learned. You ain't going through it again. So with the Nine of Wands here, it's like you're sick of it. You got your boundaries up. You're not going to tolerate it, but you're also not going to respond, you know? What's the Page of Swords here? Because it's like you've learned how to set proper boundaries without getting triggered, without getting upset, without letting this person see a reaction, right? Sometimes people will do it just to see a reaction. What's the Page of Swords here for Sag? Because the Page of Swords is our studious card. It's learning. You've learned how to deal with this person. There's you learning how to deal with this person. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. And there's the Five of Wands. And some things are better left unsaid. You know, we had the High Priestess. We had the Hermit. We had the Moon here clarifying this Knight of Wands. And now this Page of Swords. So Sag, this is really an energy of not reacting to someone who's about to... What's next is someone... It could be the same person, an archetype, or it could be a... Let me rephrase that. Could be the same person that you've been dealing with here in the past, or it's an archetype. Take the energy how it goes. But you're making the best decision this time. We had the Lovers and the Justice. So you're not going to react. You're not going to get involved. You're not going to talk to this motherfucker. You're not going to let them knock you off your day off course, distract you, right? It's like you got a lot of good things going in your life and you're going to focus on those. And whatever this person's saying or doing, I do feel a little bit of essence of victimization. So it's like you don't really deserve to be treated the way that they're treating you, right? Let's say it's a coworker at work and they don't like you because you're in a higher position, you're getting paid more money, and they're just being petty and immature, right? And you don't really deserve it. But sometimes that's how life goes, and you can't pay attention or focus so much on what other people are doing. You're going to focus on your successes, focus on the things that you have going on. But just know that they're about to come through and try and trigger and test you. And what I can see is you're about to pass this test with flying colors. Just be prepared for, well, this person. What's the Six of Wands for Sag? Yeah, see? Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups. You might be wanting, yeah. But there it is. There it is again. It's like you might want to say something. You might want to react. But it doesn't benefit you, right? It's like it doesn't benefit you to do that. It benefits this person. Maybe they like drama. Maybe they want to get you upset or get you flustered. But whatever the energy is, you're that queen on the chessboard now. You're going to focus on what you have going, and you're not going to focus on this person. You're going to make the decision to not react, not respond. But what's next is someone who's going to try and come in here, trigger you, and react, get you in a reactive energy. And it's not the first time, because we have the never-ending story, right? And you know what they say in the spiritual words and the spiritual gurus is we're going to run into the same person in different bodies until we learn our lesson, Sag. And what I see is you really mastering this and learning this lesson. Is there anything else you want to say to Sag about, there's a Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're like, it's like moving with, you're not going to really understand their behavior. No, but you're at the same time, you're like, all right, if you want to act all cray-cray, you just go ahead. Just go ahead, baby. I'm just going to sit back here and watch. Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Fool. You're turning your head up at that. You're just going to move forward and leave them confused. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. Again, for some of you, it could very well be a relationship. We have the King and the Queen of Pentacles, and you could just be sick of your partner doing this shit, and you're just not letting it bother you anymore. You just kind of had enough here. There's there's just, all right, well, that's what's next. That's what I got. That's what I picked up on. So, Sag, here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab some oracles. We're going to say what they want to say, and then we'll jump back into the tarot. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see if this person... We'll see how this plays out and what happens here. Because what I see is this person trying to trigger you, trying to upset you, acting crazy, acting foolish, and you're not really going to respond. It's like you've learned how to deal with that archetype or with this person. And, okay, I don't know why I'm summarizing. Why am I summarizing things? So then what does Sag need to surrender to? Complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And let's grab the Akashic Records here. What are the Akashic Record message for Sagittarius? Akashic Record message. Effectively, okay, hold on. Yeah, detach. I think you might be detaching here. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. We have effectively. Doing things effectively, find the right way to do it. Give it your all and you'll see results. Every effective action is a step towards success and creativity. So seeing the card is a sign that it's time to focus inward, focus on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of confidence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. You want to grab the Energy Oracle today. So let's see what's got to say, baby. What is the Energy Oracle message for Sag? What is the Energy Oracle message here for Sag? I'm hearing, while I'm shuffling this, that this is going to be a big test of a lifetime. What the fuck does that mean? Hold on a sec. We're going to clarify that. The garden and the gate and the... There's your life force energy. This is not... And there's door to spirit. There's like a... Whoa, look. Sag, I can't make this shit up. Right? 3, 3, 3. And as I'm saying that at 10:33. So 333 is Christ consciousness activation. This is your life force, your solar plexus. The garden and the gate is doing things differently. Get outside of your comfort zone. And there's the door to spirit. You got some kind of life lesson, life contract here being mastered, and it's with difficult people. It's not reacting, not letting other people get to you, letting go of what they're doing, their nonsense, I'm hearing. What are they doing, Sajay? Some people are acting a little silly these days. We do have we're not going to go there, but there's a lot of changes transpiring and not everybody can handle the frequency in these changes. We have 37 twice, so maybe look into that number and see if there's a deeper meaning, but what I see here, and I just heard about being the biggest lesson, is this is what you're meant to master or learn in this life. Can I understand, like, this is the biggest lesson of Sagi's life? What does this mean? I'd like a little detail. Not letting what other... There's the Eight of Swords. Not trapping yourself. Being able to release and let go of it, okay? And there's the Hierophant. There's that spiritual lesson again. So being able to release and let go of what someone else is saying or doing here and not letting it upset you or frustrate you, or it's just like that go with the flow type of energy, but not letting it like change your mood, knock you off kilter. It's that type of energy here. And well, got a little test coming through in the near future here, Sag. All right, let's do this. Let's get down to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You go make the decisions you go make. And when I say outcome, let's see where you are in a couple weeks. Let's go a month out. Right now it's mid-May. It's May 2 for a long weekend. Hope you guys are having a fabulous long weekend. For those who are in Commonwealth countries and celebrate the Queen's birthday. Okay. And whoever has a long weekend. Happy long weekend. But let's get your potential outcome. Let's go to the middle of June. Let's see kind of how this plays out. If there's still if you're passing it and you're smooth sailing, or if it's coming back around. Let's just see the energy around you here in a month and how things are going. Things are playing out. Yeah. We got the High Priestess. We got high emotional intelligence. We got some spiritual gifts potentially being activated here as well. Whoa. There's that lady again, or dude. Woo! There's the Chariot in reverse. Oh, what's wrong with this person? Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Chariot in reverse. Well, they didn't get what they wanted, and they're not happy. They're giving you a lot of attention. Okay, one more card here. Ace of Cups. There's you just chilling like a villain, walking the spiritual path, right? When we look at the Temperance, my eyes went right to it. There's the path to enlightenment. And it is a lonely path. It's just you and that path to enlightenment. There's the Page of Cups. You dealt with this like a boss. I do feel there's this element here of High Priestess. You've just learned how to deal with difficult people like this. Very strong emotional intelligence, but I do feel, you got to prove to the universe sometimes that we've mastered those tests, those skills in order for certain gifts to come online and to activate. And I kind of feel like they are for you, Sag, with this High Priestess. Here's a motherfucker. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Chariot in reverse. It's like the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, first of all, is a pretty selfish person. But when a court card comes in reverse, it represents someone who's having a negative influence in her life. And I kind of feel like it's in the past, you would have given this a lot of attention, a lot of thoughts, a lot of conversations in your mind. The Eight of Swords was there, plaguing you, trapping you, letting them affect your mood or your decisions or the way you're feeling. But not anymore. There's your spirit team looking at you. You've passed the test. You passed with flying colors here. There's the Ace of Cups. There's emotional intelligence, emotional fulfillment. When people are acting this cray-cray, this crazy, usually they're hurt. Usually there's something going on inside of them. So sometimes killing it with kindness, showing them compassion is the best bet. But what I feel here is a very strong emotional intelligence and strong ability to deal with a difficult person. You passed this test. You're coming online. And the great news is once you pass the test, once you've mastered that skill, the universe stops sending it towards you, right? Earth is a school. Once you're done the test, once you've done that course, you move on. So Sag, what's coming towards you is kind of like the biggest test of a lifetime is what I'm hearing. I feel like you may have been tested in this capacity before. in all of your previous experiences with difficult or I'm hearing lacking common sense. I don't know what they're doing. But they're not being logical here. They're in an emotional state, and they're not going to bring you into that state. You pass the test, your gifts are coming online, and that should mean you don't have to go through it again, Sag. All right. That's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going down. So, Sag, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it benefited you and resonated with you. And as always, if you like my style, if you like your reading, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It does help my channel to grow. Thank you, Sagittarius. I always appreciate the support. And let's close it off today with your final message. What's the final message for Sag? You know, a bunch of arguments. I'm going to say like maybe 4 or 5 broke out in the comment section over the yes or no question. So I just figure I'm going to omit that for the time being. I don't want people fighting on my YouTube channel. Tarot is supposed to bring us together, baby. It's not supposed to tear us apart. Okay. Because one is content with oneself. Oh, yes. This is what I'm saying. Perfect card for the reading, Sag. All right, hold on. Let me finish reading the card. Because one is content with oneself, one doesn't need others' approval. And because one accepts oneself, the whole world will accept him or her. My favorite guru, Lao Tse, baby. Bring your attention to your body. Where are you holding tension? Take a few moments to relax. And then knowing how to be solitary is essential to the art of loving. When we can be alone, we can be with others without using them as a means of escape. Take a solitary walk through a local park or on a trail. Embrace the solitude and appreciate the time with your thoughts. This is going to blow your mind. I don't know if you noticed, but look at this. 3, 3, 3. You're coming online, Saggy. Get ready for your test, but you're going to pass it with flying colors. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.